Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome in one more session. So today we have Rakshit with us, and he's going to take us through this retro session. And this session is going to be a continuation of the previous session, which Adil has taken. So a couple of action items from the previous session we will see in this. Yeah. So I'm sure this session is also be going to be rocking like the previous one. So Rakshit, hi, welcome. You looking dashing in your new avatar. So yeah, Rakshit, over to you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. Hey guys, I'm Kallol Rakshit. You can call me Kal or you can call me Rakshit. Anything is fine with me. Yeah, so I did view the last session from Adil. It was amazing. So I thought it will be an opportunity for me to bring in my perspective and let's see how this one works out for the team, right? So are you guys all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's start. I will start with sharing the screen right now. Okay, so it is in presentation mode. Let me know if you have a very good visibility.
Yes, Rakshit.
Yes.
Okay, so let's begin with this specific section, right? So we have been having multiple retrospective sessions during our teams and the projects that we might have been part of. Um, so I'd like to take an opportunity, right? So here, what I am planning to do is spend some time with you guys and we just like to do a self retrospection about ourselves. So we are quite adept in doing retrospection about our team, our job, our challenges, right, our sprints. So let's take this opportunity and retrospect ourselves. Um, okay, let's think in this way. For the past 1.5 year, it has been quite a challenging period for everybody, right, because of this pandemic that is happening in this world. So let's not go back to 1.5 year. Let's look at the last 30 days, or I would rather say 1 month of our life. And let's look at three important aspects that might have happened with you or something that you might have seen happening, right? The first thing that I would like to think about is a good thing that happened with you or something that you might have seen. Second would be the bad or a negative aspect of life that you might have experienced or might have seen. And the third one would be any specific changes that you'd like to bring about or any kind of self target that you have that you promised yourself that you're definitely going to accomplish that. Um, since we have been so busy with our day-to-day activities, we have been cribbing about the fact that time management is a very tedious job. So I cannot have time for myself. I'm on back-to-back meetings, calls, client negotiations, a retrospective review. So right now, since everybody's on the call right now and you have some time, so I'm taking 15 to 20 minutes of your life to retrospect, and I'm going to give the time back to you. So could you please make a note of these 3 pointers, one good, one bad, and one change that you'd like to bring about? Let's take some time to retrospect ourselves. I'm sure it's going to be fun. Are we all ready?
Sure, Rakshit. Yes.
Okay, great. Let's do that. Looks like a lot have happened in Sashank's life. You're thinking very deeply.
Yeah. So maybe
Difficult to
I.
figure
Okay,
out one
shall I
aspect.
start?
Adil is ready. Suvarna is ready. My God, you guys are fast. Okay, let's begin. Who wants to go first?
Please go ahead, Swarna.
Okay, thank you. So the good thing that I've done in the last 1 month is I've been able to read consistently. I wanted to. I am a reader, but I'm not a consistent reader. So I've been able to make that part of my daily routine as much as possible. Weekends don't count. So other than that, yeah, I think that I have improved. Bad, I'm either able to take out time for reading or for working out. I'm not able to do both every day. So I think I need to manage my schedule better. Changes again, as I said, I need to manage my day better, I feel.
Yeah, thank you, Suvarna, for sharing that part of your life. Yes, Adil.
Yeah, sure. So for me, I think the good thing that happened really was, one of my childhood friends has recovered from a very chronic disease, and a couple of weeks back. So that was a great news what I heard in the recent times, Rakshit. Considering the what we are experiencing in those days, the bad thing was, unfortunately, I lost my granny. uh, and the changes, yes, definitely. After joining this agile community, and interacting with people around me, a lot of changes has happened internally for me from a learning perspective. So yeah, I'm just experiencing these changes at the moment.
Great. Well, I'm happy to learn that your friend have overcome a difficult situation, and I'm really sorry to hear about your granny. Thank you for sharing that aspect of your life that is very dear to you. Who's gonna go next?
Yeah, I would like to go next. Yeah, so the good thing is that I started with thinking on, that 21 days transformation plan where I was about to transform myself by doing those walking things. And I started, let's say, maybe 1 or 2 days. And then the bad thing happened that the government announced lockdown and then the cases increased. So that is the bad part I can say. And yes, the learning I can say that maybe I could have done much better in time and not waiting for this 21 days. And yes, there are other options like doing it online and getting up early morning and doing all of these things. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. One of the difficult challenges that I face is getting up early in the morning. So yes, I would agree with you on that. Who's gonna go next?
Can I go next?
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah. So thanks, Rakshit. And yeah, so one good thing is like I found a group of energized Scrum Masters who are always, continuous in learning mode, who are very active, and they're like nose to my journey to being more agile and towards this learning and transformation. And the bad thing is like COVID has done some major damage to many of our family and friends, and we lost most of our dear ones. And we are learning to get equipped with it and trying to face the challenges, how to overcome the disease. So but and the changes and the target would I would say like I have planned to start reading some books and to upskill my knowledge. And I've been motivated by many readers and the publishers to their work, and really looking forward to learn from their books. And I also need to plan on my workout schedule, and that is what I'm looking forward to. Thank you.
Good luck for you having 6 packs. I think you can connect with Suvarna because she mentioned that she is an avid reader.
Yeah. Sure, actually.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay. All right. So I think we're waiting for some more things coming from Guru.
I would like to go next. I would like to go next. So the good thing is that after having joined this community, I've been able to increase my understanding of Agile Scrum and how it works, and put that into practice so that I have much better understanding with respect to how Agile Scrum works and get good value out of this. One. On the bad thing is that even though I have been able to understand and appreciate and learn more, I still believe some of the concepts which requires more of understanding, I'm not able to do it, due to which I am making very silly mistakes, which is a bad thing for me from my perspective. And on the changes part, I'm getting involved in 2 or 3 major initiatives that is being rolled out in our current company. That way I'm able to bring some kind of a change in the way the development team is working, and hopefully I would like to see that change going down to various other teams that are in the process of adopting Agile Scrum for their delivery.
Yeah, so that's a very good and interesting topic to share, Guru. Thank you for bringing that out. Bringing about change is something that we as Scrum Masters always aspire for and take it for granted that that is definitely going to happen, but it's not that easy. It needs time, so perseverance. So hopefully you get to see the change that you would like to bring about. And maybe about the challenges that you face about not being able to apply specific concepts, we can discuss as a team and kind of maybe help you out on that. Okay, thank you for bringing that out, Guru. Who's next?
think we're done.
All
Rakshit.
done?
Yeah.
Okay. Suram, would you like to bring some points from your end?
Okay, yeah. So good thing is, yeah, a lot of learning with you guys. I'm in touch with a lot of people with the various regions, various country, and it's an amazing thing to talk to all these people and learn from them. And yeah, bad thing is, yeah, I mean, I lost a couple of my team members to whom I'm interacting, and then suddenly you came to know that they are no more. So it's a, yeah, I mean, very, yeah, different altogether, different experience. Suddenly, if you lose someone who is very near and dear to you, and changes, yeah, I'm getting a lot of fat, so I have to reduce my weight. Doctor told me, and I mean, I'm making a plan that okay, I'm going to hit a gym, but somehow it's not materializing as of now. So yeah, these are the things from my end, Rakshit.
Thank you for sharing that. So like we somehow have to have a similarity connect. So we have Shashank bonding with Bhuvana, and maybe you can bond with Shashank for the workout routine.
Yeah, we can sync up online, Sunan. We can have a virtual session.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Okay, so
yeah, I think the entire team wants to get fit. So it seems to be a good sign now.
Yeah, fit world is the future world, right?
Only thing is we are just thinking, we
yes,
are not executing. That's the only problem.
executing is a difficult thing, but I agree. But since the pandemic started, I feel that I'm married more to my chair than to my wife. So that's a different story. But yes, let me bring out some of the things that I have encountered the last 1 month. So when I say about good things, so what I see is a lot of people are coming out in the open and helping in terms of blood bank or money donation or group funding, pooling to help people who are hospitalized. So it's a very good thing that I'm seeing happening all around. Bad thing, of course, comes to the fact that we have seen a lot of loss of lives in a very young age, which we thought they would be having more years to survive, but unfortunately, fate had different plans. Um, when I say learnings, I think this group, the community that we have, in which we are able to bring about our difference of opinions and have a constructive feedback, which is kind of very enhancing for me because whenever I think that I understand its concept well and I'm being proven wrong the immediate next day when I see those group discussions. So yes, um, last 1 month, if I can sum up everybody's good and bad things and the changes, it is somehow related between your personal life, your professional life, and the things that is stopping you right from being positive in life. So yes, self retrospective is very important for us to look at the different aspects. And in the last 15 minutes, I was able to understand the different areas of the life. You know, so bottom line, I would say that during these difficult times, please be empathetic towards your team members, towards each other, because this is the need of the hour. I don't know what you are facing. I don't know what your parents are facing, right? So you might have been going through a lot of stuff, and then you come back and do your job without any kind of question. So I would like to start off by giving a round of applause for everything that you do in these difficult times, keeping aside all the challenges. So, can you have 30 seconds of clapping for each other? Okay, great. So, how was the retrospective that you did about yourself? It's about asking some difficult questions about yourself and then sharing with your team. How was that experience?
It was interesting, Rakshit. We get to know, I mean, we got to know a lot about each other and the common terms and phases on which we are right now, right? So what we have been
Yeah,
through and what we are planning to. So that really helps.
yep. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is a very good feedback and I'm going to continue that. All right, moving on to the case study. So in case if you do not remember the last session that Adil quite magnificently handled about these pirates, right? So what you can see on the screen is quite a bit of shortened summary of the case study, right? So would you like to go through that? Let me read that out for you. So we have a group of 9 pirates comprising of 5 from onshore and 4 from offshore. So they're all sailing on a journey with the same learning, leaving midway, and others replacing them en route is on a mission to improve the performance of a website so that it loads faster and provides an appealing UI. So it's all about a website enhancement, right? So what we have done so far in the previous sprint is we have, let's say, sailed 20 nautical miles or sprints, and we have a lot of work to catch up. So we have 60% more of work to catch up, which was in the previous sprint. So I'm hoping that we have at least covered another 20% in the last sprint, for which we're going to have a quick discussion. Are we on the same page here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the last retrospective was about Agile in the sea. This time I thought, how about having a different way of handling it? Okay, so before I get to that, there were some action items that we have actually planned in the previous sprint, right? Let's go through that, and I'd like to see if there were any action items that is not yet completed, or if there is any dependency, or if there are any challenges. Let's talk about that. So we had a action item to create a team calendar so that you can keep a track of the capacity of the team. So this is the reason Shashank was working on that, and I see that Shashank was able to create the team calendar and update that. So everything good from your end, Shashank? Any challenges?
Yes, Rakshat, we are able to do it, and I'm following up with team on every sprint basis, and we are updating in Confluence and keeping it updated.
Perfect. And from Nacha, streamlining the ad hoc interview work with proper rosters, so that is going good. I haven't heard any challenges from her, so I think that's going good. From Savarna, automating test coverage is being worked upon, but with so many people getting involved, I understand that's a challenge. But would you like to bring out anything, Savarna? Do you need any help?
Yeah. For now, we are good. Honestly speaking, I didn't expect so much participation, and that's a good thing. But out of that, what is coming out is there's a lot of management overhead that we.
No, that's definitely understandable. So our action items, and we take account the potential vendors, which is going to meet our expectations. So this is going to be a long shot, and I can help you with that. Maybe you can set up some calls and see if you can maybe streamline this process or making it a bit quicker. But apart from coordination with that team, are you facing any other challenges?
Not as such, Rakshit, because we have identified few, potential tools. So we just need to catch up with them and see how we can take it ahead.
Okay. And I think I see that from your end, Guru, everything is going well on the interview part, documentation. Any challenges from your end?
Nothing at this point in time,
Okay.
Rakshit. And as we have a scheduled every week on Fridays, we
Okay.
have a half an hour slot where we review
Got it.
about the progress being done with respect to the
Okay.
current sprints, and also what was the ones that were supposed to be done as part of the previous sprints, and check where we are with respect to the progress. And if in case if it needs some additional hands to complete the documentation, we ensure
Okay.
that the right persons are available for the team to have the documentation in place by the end of fifth sprint. That's what we
Got
have
it.
agreed internally to complete when we have
That's fine.
this
Okay.
documentation ready for the new joiners and the new people who join the team.
Awesome. I really appreciate, guys, because when you take an action item and accountability, we are working diligently towards the due date. At the same time, we're also working on the current sprint item. So thank you for that. And the only dependency I see is the infra team collaboration. So I'll work with you on that. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Great. So looks like our plate is empty. So I'm really happy about that. And let's move on to this post-mortem technique that I'm going to call it for the retrospective. So please don't get spooked by the name. We're not talking about any kind of deaths or post-death introspection. This is about our sprint. And when I say post-mortem, this is something that has ended previously. And we're just going to dissect it and look for the opportunities to improve. And we are just going to shed something that is not working out. And we're going to take out some learning items and action items, right? So what you can see right now are four quadrants. If you see the left top corner is the areas what we like. So please make a note of the pointers in which you think that these are things really went well during the sprint and I really love them, right? So big thumbs up for that. Quadrant number two on the top right corner, what you see is the areas of improvement. So maybe you could have listened to something the other team was speaking in their meetings and you thought, okay, why not we try this in our sprint, right? So we could have improvised. let's say, cut down on the testing opportunities is one of them I could think of. Next is what we learned are the list of opportunities that we would like to bring about. Okay, so learnings. And the last one would be the action items or takeaways that we can take accountability for us to continue, just like we did in the pre-mortem. Are we good at that?
Yes.
So
Awesome. So
Rakshit,
let's
I feel,
come.
Rakshit, now I feel
Yes,
that
Amrit.
someone is going to be the Sherlock Holmes over here with this technique, right?
Yeah, I would say you would get a very good understanding about, or I would say a holistic view about what is happening. So as a Scrum Master, it is very important that you keep a grip or understanding about the entire process structure as a whole. So that will help you to guide the team as well. So yes, I'm going to be the Sherlock Holmes.
Let's solve the mystery then.
Let's solve the mysteries, guys. Okay, let's go get going. And let me do one thing. I will just open the link that I've shared with you. So what you see here is a hyperlink. Please click on that. And that should take you to a page like you see right now. I'm sure we are familiar with idea boards. This is an open source tool where it is kind of used by multiple areas for us to create retrospective sessions like this. So if you think some of the companies are not allowing us, we can always go back to our traditional way of Confluence page, right? So since we have the access, let's utilize it. Okay, I see the pointers are coming in through pretty quick. So just remember your name and your point. So that it's easy for us to understand who is bringing what to the table, right? And if you see that there are two items which is similar in nature and pretty much giving us the same end goal, you can delete yours and click a like on that. So we can count it as one item with two people agreeing to that instead of having the same item repeated twice. Okay. So we do have some learning opportunities. That's good to bring up, and the count is increasing. Okay, so do not fill in anything for the action items right away. The action item is going to be the culmination of all the three quadrants that we discussed, and we will prioritize the item that needs to be addressed immediately. Take it as an action item and accountability, set up a due date and work towards it, just like we did for the last sprint. Okay, so do not fill anything for the action item. Are we good to go? I say pretty much everyone has their pointers. Anyone left to be updated on this board? I see everybody's updating. Just let me know once we are ready for discussion.
Yeah, the board seems to be full now.
Done, Rakshit.
Yeah.
Definitely overwhelming. Lots to discuss. My plans for becoming Sherlock Holmes looks to be in jeopardy. Okay, shall we start?
Yep.
Okay, can you just look at the board overview and just try to see if there are any pointers that is matching? We can delete them, clear the clutter, and maybe like specific sticky note if your ideas are matching. Or all the pointers are identical, non-identical rather.
Yeah, somehow I feel what we missed in Shashank and Suvarna, the more or less it is the same, right? Spillover user stories and too many issues found at last moment. So do you think we can club them or yeah?
Up to you, Shashank. Suvarna, is your idea pretty much the same? Might be a different choice of words.
The reason why I mentioned spillover user story is regarding the scope. Rather, once we started the sprint and we started working on the user story, we found out some additional scope there. So we thought that we could actually split that story into multiple stories
Okay.
for
No,
easy.
that's fine, Amey and Shashank. Well, let's do one thing. Let's get started. In the middle of the conversation, if you feel that something is matching, you can delete your and like somebody else's. Okay. Okay. So let's begin with what we liked, the areas that really work good for us. So we have team collaboration that work for us, and we have good support from the product owner, and we had got many volunteers. Adding to that, we had a clear visibility and enthusiasm. And surprisingly, we were able to close a couple of items before time. That's really good. Gives us some time to look at some other aspects and performance management tools analysis. Okay, that's working good as well. So yes, I'm really happy to see that a lot of factors are going good for us. But I think our major area of focus should be the areas what we missed and what we learned, right? So let's move on to that. So let's discuss the first sticky note, Shashank. Can you just give us a brief as to what you mean by spilling off over user stories?
Yeah, Rakshit. The reason why the one of the user story in this past sprint got spilled over is that it had a huge scope, which was not clear at the initial phase. So as we were started working on the user story, I think there was some more detail needs to be added in the acceptance criteria. So maybe so that could be a reason why this actually the scope has increased drastically, and which would take more time for the coding and also the testing for this user story. So I think we can, yeah, maybe we can discuss about that in the action item as to what can be taken to avoid this.
No, definitely, it makes sense because unless you have a good acceptance criteria, it's difficult for a development team to understand what they are expecting to
Right.
be completing, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so accepted. I'm adding that as an action item. We can work on prioritizing that later. Guru, would you like to bring out your point?
Yeah, with respect to some of the coordinations between the integration team and the Scrum team, because this integration team sits out of a different location and there are a separate team. Uh, Even though there were a few hiccups in the initial phases, I think those initial hiccups could have been avoided had we actually planned it. And as a Scrum Master, if I could have been able to foresee that kind of a scenario, but as a Scrum Master, I missed that. So due to that, some of the iterations got extended. Of course, we were able to complete that in time, but the multiple iterations could have been avoided had I been a bit proactive. So I take that personally as a Scrum Master for my area of improvement, so that the same will not repeat in future, and we are able to bring this kind of a scenario and plan accordingly. That's a miss
Right.
from my
So
side, I believe personally.
okay. No, that's fine. Every day is a learning for us. So what we're taking away here is effective or a better collaboration, right? So I'm adding that pointer in the action item. We can discuss that. Thank you, Guru.
Thanks.
Uh, Suvarna, would you like to bring your 2 pointers?
Yes, Rakshit. So as you know, we started this test automation activity in order to reduce our manual testing effort. And there were many volunteers even from other teams to participate in this activity. So that is something which is very good. Despite their own targets and their own schedules, they made time for this activity. So that is one good thing. And another thing is that we've managed to, despite hiccups, we managed to close the feature before time. So that is a good thing.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I mean, it's always going to be a challenge to coordinate
Yep.
between multiple teams. So yes, we can work on that. So it is pretty much the same thing that Guru is also facing. Okay, so we have work in our hand. How about this one? Too many misses found at last moment. Could you elaborate?
Yeah. So we found quite a lot of issues. We were good to go. We were done with the development, and had we not found so many issues, I think we could have sped up much better. So we, because of these last minute issues, we had to sort of stretch and work on those issues. So that is one thing that learned early testing would have prevented that. So
Okay, so I would say better planning.
yep.
Okay.
And another thing that we could have planned better is, again, we did not anticipate the participation. So multiple teams, and they're having, everyone having their own schedules. So that needs to be sorted out.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for bringing that out, Suvarna. Okay, how about you, Adil?
Yes, Rakshit. So during this whole, activity of finding out potential tools, etc., in that way, I think somewhere we missed on, getting a bit more further deep down, understanding what kind of risk we might, encounter or go through, because since we are more, wanted to procure some third-party tools, so that's something I think we again need to investigate, further.
Yeah, so if I can sum it up, I'm talking about risk management.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's a very good point. Okay, any update, or maybe Amey, you can just bring out your pointers.
Yeah, so I have a couple of things. The first thing is on the unplanned vacations or a sick leave. So ideally we planned everything, but we as last minute surprises, getting that I will not be coming tomorrow, or so those last minute surprises which we couldn't take care of it well. So that was on the unplanned vacations, and of course we need to have little bit less capacity. I would suggest, like this time we all started with 100%, so maybe we should have little bit of buffer. That would be something. So that is one point. Then release dates, yes, we had those release dates, and we had we have that immediate and other cycles, but we did not plan it well. Maybe the release date we could have taken somewhere, like moving into an emergency release. So that is what we missed. And on the integration of the CI/CD tools, we could have managed it better. There was a bad background job setting, and we encountered at the last minute. So that is what we missed. Just to
Okay.
sum up. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe the CI/CD aspect is one thing we can look at under the planning aspect, right? And unplanned leaves is something that Shashank is working on his team calendar. Yes, so we can work on that as well. But I will just mention that unplanned leaves is definitely a challenge during this pandemic. So yes, we have work cut out for us. Okay. So I believe everybody is looking at the list of action items, right? All of you agree?
Yes,
sir.
Rakshit.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me move on to the areas wherein we were able to learn something, right? So Shashank, can you just tell us the learning pointer that you have updated?
Yeah, Rakshit. So as Suvarna is already planning and coordinating on the automation perspective, right, where she's gathering some volunteers who are ready to get trained and start equipped with the automation tools and implement that in our daily sprints, right? So that will definitely be helpful for us to to save time, to reduce the manual efforts, and also it will also enhance the code quality of the code that we are currently developing. So I think
Yeah,
automation will definitely play a strong role in our daily lives, I think. Yeah.
no, I definitely agree. That is going to help us bring us product to market sooner than anticipated. But yeah, that's a very valid point. And Suvarna is doing a great job in organizing the team. So that's a good learning. And I understand, Adil, we are working on the third-party vendors, and that is a challenge altogether in terms of security and licensing factor. So yes, we can work on that. And okay, that's an interesting point, Guru. Um, maybe you can just bring up that point.
Yes, yes. Yes, Rakshit. One of the learnings was some of the standard codes were not used where it was required. Basically, what happened was for the standard, some of the standard validations, there were already classes available in the application, which could have been used, but the team necessarily bugs or injecting bugs into the system, which could have been avoided. That was a good thing. And also in the process, we learned some of the new classes which not many people would be knowing. So that was a good learning for the technology team. And we can start using that, thereby reducing the overall effort that is required for the team and as a whole to bring down the efforts for the overall project.
Got it. So follow a specific standardized code is
Yes.
one of the areas we can look at. Okay, great point. Thank you. Amey, could you just give us a brief about what do you mean by effort analysis?
Yeah, so we could have spent more time in doing more detailed analysis rather than just taking in the first shot and saying, these things could have worked. So where you see many things have been missed out, maybe if we could have covered more in our detailed analysis, we could have achieved it in a nicer way. So what I mean to say is rather than starting immediately, let's spend some more time in investigating and spending little bit of quality time. That is what I meant to say, effort analysis.
Okay. So we are talking about the quality of the requirements. Okay.
Yes, up to some extent, yes.
Basically bring in all the clarity that is needed. And as a team, we have to understand that requirement. Only then I can do a bit of analysis so that there is less of risk factor, right? When you go later down the sprint and realize there are dependencies. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good point. So looks like we were able to sum up the areas of opportunity and the learnings in the form of action item. Can you just have a quick peek into that and tell me if we are able to include everybody's pointers today?
Wow.
So we have acceptance.
Yeah. So we are on the final part of putting actions now. Yes.
That is the most important thing, right? So
Yeah.
once we get this area clear, I'll be the most happiest person on the earth. So we have acceptance criteria, we need better collaboration, we need better planning, and of course, risk management would be there anytime when we have a third party involved. Leaves management and standard code and quality of requirements, proper effort analysis to ensure that we do not have user stories spilling over, right? Like Shashank mentioned. So yeah, so I see that Amey has suggested an amazing way of doing what he just suggested, right? So when we say effort analysis and understanding the requirements, invest criteria is an amazing way of doing that, right? I'm sure everybody's aware of what is an invest.
Yes.
Okay. And we know what is a Moscow technique: must have, should have, could have, would have, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
so this would require a product owner and the Scrum Masters working in tandem to ensure that the Scrum Master is able to guide the product owner in making him understand that not every development team would be able to understand the business requirement, right? So it's your job to break it down in a simpler form so that I, as a Scrum Master, can work with my team and give you a proper estimate, right? Okay, I think Shashank added that well-refined user stories during refinement session to determine the right acceptance criteria. That is the pointer that I added, Shashank. If you look at the first sticky note, the acceptance criteria,
Yes.
I think that should cover it. You might just hit a like on the first sticky note.
Sure.
Suvarna, create a regular catch-up and block people's calendars so that they are available to sync up and work together. Yeah. What do you suggest, Tim? How do you handle this? The challenge that Suvarna is facing, right? Getting multiple people on a single call while respecting everybody's time.
Okay, what
do you think, Suvarna? What do you have in your mind?
Yeah. So what I thought of was just right now it's not organized. There are people joining in and moving out, working according to their own schedule. While keeping that flexible, we can have a regular sync up maybe once in 1 or 2 days, so that tasks for the next days can be planned, and that sort of back and forth still does happen while still not disrupting their schedule. That is
Yeah, that's one way of doing it, definitely. And maybe if I may suggest, we can try one thing is since we have multiple teams involved, we would pick up one point of contact from each team, get them on a call instead of getting the entire team on a call.
Yep, that's
So
okay.
he or she can pass on the information to the rest of the team. End of the day, our job is to get the work done and not get
Yep.
everybody on a call, right? So let's
Right.
pick up one POCs from each team, get them
Yep.
on the call. So my job can be done with 5 members instead of 30 members, right?
Right.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see if we can implement that.
Sure.
So too many action items, guys, and everybody I think has put up a very valid point, and these are important ones. But unfortunately, we have a 2 week sprint, and we have to do our regular work, and we cannot accept all these action items. It is going to be a burden on each one of us. So, can we prioritize which one? At least we can pick up 3 action items. Can you prioritize from the highest to lowest?
So do we need to use voting?
Vote?
Yep.
Yes. So please hit a like or keep on adding those numbers in the sticky notes. I can see that we have already 2 votes.
Yeah, so Rakshit, just on a funny note, after a long time, I'm going to do a voting again.
Please take a selfie to prove that. That's the trend. It's difficult to convince people that I got vaccinated or I have voted without a selfie.
It also depends where you have taken.
Yeah. So that's a good point. I would like to take it offline. So this is interesting. We have 1, 1, 1, and 2. And just one thing to keep in mind, guys. Okay, please remember that if your point is not considered a high priority, it doesn't mean that it is being completely avoided. It's just that there are other priority items that we need to work on, and we will definitely come to yours, right? Are we done voting?
Yes.
Yes, Rakshit.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have the highest votes given to a proper refined user stories and acceptance criteria, right? So yeah, so who would like to take this action item to communicate with product owner, understand the fact that a product owner, we are expecting them to know it all, but they might not be aware of. At times, we do not have an actual product owner. We might have a proxy product owner, right? Who is more of a business analyst. So he or she might not be very good in Agile. So it's important for us as a Scrum Master to explain them that this is the process and your contribution plays a major role. Who would like to be taking ownership on this item? Shashank,
Yeah,
since it is
Rakshit.
yours, would you like to go for it?
Yeah, I'd like to take it
Okay,
up,
great.
Rakshit, and also and Amay's point is also similar to that, where in invest criteria and Moscow technique is very important at the user story refinement session, right? So definitely, me and Amay, I think we can coordinate with the product owner. And what do you say, Amay?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do
Okay,
it. Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Two brains are better
So
than one,
that,
right?
yes. So maybe hit a like on this area and just combine that invest criteria into your bucket, Shashank. So we can cover both areas in one shot. So next on the list is better collaboration, better planning, unplanned leaves. So for each of the individual action items, would you like to take a responsibility, Guru, Suvarna, Adil, Ame?
Rakshit, I would like to take that on my plate.
Okay, great. Suvarna, how about you? The planning part.
Yes.
So Suvarna, you're planning and you're pointed about creating a catch-up, right? So you and I, we can both work on that. Let's set up a call with only the POCs and let's kill that bird. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome, done. So Adil, unplanned leaves. How do you want to tackle that? I think this can be handled pretty quick. We don't need an action item to take it and follow through it for the entire sprint. What is in your mind, Ame? How would you like to solve it?
Yeah, so Adil and we both were discussing that day that let's say maybe we can have a good communication plan. So if there is an emergency leave and usually we are not been notified, so there we are looking for some different options where they can communicate us in a better way. So
Right.
and also when they are going on leave, just having to get it done in a nicer way. Like even if they are on emergency leave, if there is nothing, like if there is something priority, so some of them, or he can tell, either Adil or myself, whoever can take, his part, at least for some part, which is very critical. So such things are popping
I
in my mind.
understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would also like to bring one very important thing, especially in this time of the mental situation that everybody is going through, right? Planned and unplanned leaves could be the last of the point that I would like to think right now when something is happening with me, right, emotionally. So, as Scrum Master, it is important for us to have that emotional connect and understand that not everybody is mentally fit to do their job. They are handling their challenges and coming to work. So, I would say maybe have a little bit of more buffer of taking less work during the sprint and have some part of a buffer for unplanned leaves. We can tackle one way of doing that, and maybe we can also use the team calendar that Shashank has been working on. So these two aspects, what do you think? We can work on that?
Yeah, excellent. I think Adil, myself, and Shashank, we will all come together now. Yeah, more closer.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
at least
Please,
virtually.
okay, yeah, and also ensure that you are not overburdened. You do not have too many items on the plate. Feel free to drag me in. I'll be happy to contribute. Right? Let's get this action item area cleared up. Okay. Any
Sure,
questions?
Akshat.
Okay. So this has been, I would say, an amazing retrospective of what we did as a team. So that's amazing work. We have so many areas to work on, and hopefully, next sprint retrospective is all about changes and less of missed, right? And let me move on to my favorite part. Okay, let me go back to sharing the slides. Okay. So, team, what do you think about this? What do you mean by this?
Oh, I was waiting for this year. Finally, this has come. So bring some smiles again on our faces. Thank you, Rakshit. And I hope everyone is waiting. Thank you so much, yaar.
Yeah, it's
Please
like
show your love, show your respect, everything that you actually mean for your team members. Let's get this done.
And actually, this would be a big motivator for the entire team to work more better ways and also bring in the much needed
Yes,
the other side of the
absolutely.
each person.
So one thing that always crosses my mind, right? Our families appreciate so much we do to be with them, to take care of them, to take care of their necessities, give them a good life. But if you notice, while you are doing that, you are actually spending 90% of your work with your team members. So this is your second family. So give it a thought, right? We are the family. So let's appreciate each other.
sure, Akshat. And also, without the support of our family at home, so this is
Yes.
not possible to fulfill our work and what's in our plate, right? So it's really
Right.
tremendable that that how both the families are working together to get the right outputs and the goal achieved, right? So that really is
Right.
a plus point. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to that link. Did I share the link with you guys? The team appreciation link should be available with you.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
Rakshit.
on the slide. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let me click on that link. I will go there and let's have a very good visibility as to what we have to say about each other.
Yeah, and
Please
Shashank,
start
I would
filling in.
like to say thank you to you. I see already a positive message on your shirt. Happy. So makes me happy more now.
Yeah, I'm always happy with you guys because you're so cooperative and coordinating, right? So definitely the collaboration between the team members is that's what I'm saying, right? You need each row to to push this boat forward, right? So with every push and every row, only then we sail forward. So I really feel lucky to be part of this team. Thank you, guys.
You just brought back my memories of Agile Industry Retro. Really
Right,
both.
right. True.
I remember
Rakshit,
that pirate background was amazing. Yep.
by the way, I wanted to ask, so are you giving a straight looking at, the commendable work the team has done? So should we ask you for a treat as well?
Yes, I'm always open for having an amazing team treat or maybe a lunch or a get together. So right now it's going to be virtual. So what do you think, guys? I have something in my mind. I was thinking, how about we create a team party pool, right? We just contribute some amount in that pool, and whoever is maybe, let's say, the star of that sprint, we can give him or her something, maybe in a coupon code or Amazon gift card, whatever you say.
Or
Do you think that's going to?
something, and the shipping address will be ours and the billing address will be ours.
I think there was a disconnection in the audio. I could not hear you, Suvarna.
So I can say I can start availing, because this is the first time I'm getting so much excited. My name has popped up so many times. Thank you, team. I'm feeling very much obliged now. Thank you, team. Thank you so much.
You're the star, man.
Good job, man. You deserve that. You deserve everything that you are being
Pat on your
working
back.
on, right? So it has to be yourself that you have to do right now.
Yeah, I will feel short of words to all of you. Thank you so
If
much.
you, I know today's theme is post-mortem, so if you think that somebody is actually patting on your back, don't get spooked. Wow, that's some amazing list of appreciations. Are you guys done? Shall we just go through one of them, or maybe a couple of them, or all of them? I would say. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's see. Let me just sum it up for everyone. Okay. So thank you, Ame, for helping me on the tool analysis. Appreciate the team for volunteering to contribute to test automation despite tight feature deadlines. Guru, hats off once again as coming as firefighter. Great job, Nacha, for demonstrated your leadership skill, as well as thank you for sparing extra time and dedication and commitment. Yes, definitely. Ame, explain the business process, which helped me develop the coding of user stories. Adil helped me understand the release process as I'm new to the team. Great job in nurturing the talent. Suvarna helped me understand the pair programming. That's amazing. Adil helped me understand the release process as I'm new to the team. Looks like it's duplicated, but twice Congo, Adil.
Thank you.
Advance appreciation to team for the support during the draft sessions for the final cut. Yep. Guru was very patient and helped clarify many doubts despite having his action items in plate. Yes, Guru, you're taking a lot of stuff on your plate, so ensure that you have a bigger plate, right?
Yes, thanks for that.
And Guru, thank you for coming as firefighter as usual. Looks like you're going to be renamed as firefighter. Thank you, Rakshit, for making sure team did not have to worry about impediments. You're most welcome. Shashank, thank you for making team calendar and always being supportive. Yes. All right, so that's we have one more. Thank you, Rakshit, for being a wonderful Scrum Master. Is that SM Scrum Master or SM Superman?
Both.
I'll take it both. Well, thank you so much, guys. So it's definitely not possible without having an amazing team. When I say amazing team, this is right now my second family. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for being the amazing folks in work, in personal life, and everything. And we have something for Sunan for helping during the sprint review. Thank you, Sunan, for that. So if I look at it, everybody is making some part of an impact with each other's life, right? Did you notice that?
Yes, that's
So
true.
we
Yes.
are kind of in a mesh
Yes.
network, right? Everybody is connected and everybody's helping each other out. So that's the beauty of being in a close-knit team, right? So whenever you invite somebody in the team, let's ensure that we give them the warmth and accept them and make them feel at ease, right? That's the job. So I would say an amazing sprint retrospective. What do you say, guys?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
true.
Indeed.
Yes, agree, Rakshit.
So Rakshit, everyone can claim points now, right? Because many stickies around. So, right? Thank you
Yes.
for being such a great.
So
Yeah.
Let's count
Amaze
them.
expectations are actually getting higher and higher and higher. So please think about how much you want to pull in. What do you have in mind, Ame? What are you planning to buy?
Yeah. Amazon voucher for sure. I want to buy
Okay.
an Amazon voucher. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's make that happen. We can take it offline. We can create a pool and give something that Amir actually deserves, right? So Amey, thank you for being the star of the sprint. And I would be sending you a form which would potentially be your feedback to see that how we can improve on the upcoming sprint. And let's continue doing the amazing things that we have been doing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Rakshit,
Rakshit.
Thank you.
for a wonderful session.
Thank you, Rakshit.
Thank you,
so
Rakshit.
much.
Okay, guys.
Most welcome, guys.
Thanks all. And I just want to take 2 minutes of everyone's time. So guys, honestly, like I have seen a lot of retro in my short career of whatever last 7 to 8 years. And I would say that this is the one of the best retro which I have seen. And whoever is watching this video, I must tell you the hard work which all these people have done to bring this retro session in front of you. And you can learn a lot of things from this retro. This is, I think, better than the actual retro which I have seen. And I just want to thanks everyone, Rakshit, especially the way he has drive this complete retro session, and all the participants, whether it's Guru, Adil, Shashank, Suvarna, Amya. Guys, right now it's 11 o'clock in the night, and I know it's a long, I mean, we are just shooting this session in weekdays, so it's going to be very tough. Tomorrow, again, these people will woke up. So I really want to thanks personally to each and every one of you. You are taking your time, and I'm sure that this video is going to be at least add some value to a lot of other people who's going to watch this video. So I really appreciate each and every one of you, the time which you have taken, and the way this this session is come up. I'm really happy. Yeah, guys, thanks a lot, Rakshit, one more time.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for amazing time that you have spent with each other, trying to bring it into life. So kudos to all of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Thank you.